Go. And welcome back to Geek Out SA.
I was totally looking at us. That was really stupid. Okay.
What?
That was a horrible, like when you clicked over to us, I was still looking at the screen, and then you clicked over and I was like, I'm on TV.
Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
And also with you.
I wonder if that's like a Catholic thing, if that's a San Antonio thing. Like, I know a lot of my friends do it jokingly. And I did it a couple of times to the kids, because I dressed up in my Jedi outfit at school, and the kids would tell me, May the 4th be with you, and I'd be also with you. And I couldn't help it, so I was like, is that like, because I grew up in San Antonio, and I've been to like a lot of Catholic masses, and I've heard it so many times that it comes naturally to me. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I actually saw some people put some memes out about it on Facebook, so it's a thing somewhere. Some people are doing it. I don't know.
And also with you.
And also with you. So I tried not to do it too much, and I tried to just say May the 4th be with you. A lot of people don't know what it's for. They saw me dressed up today, and although they thought that the costume was really cool, they had no idea what it was about. And I think I kind of took it for granted that everybody knew what May the 4th was.
Yeah.
I've been dressing up for it since our boys were in high school.
Yeah.
We used to all dress up and take
or
pictures
at least like
together.
maybe do like
a t-shirt. That's what I meant by dressing up.
Yeah,
we would all dress up in different t-shirts. The whole family would be like in their Star Wars t-shirts, and it would be May the 4th. And then recently they added for tomorrow Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah.
Instead of Revenge of the Sith. But I guess because I'm so into
why are you getting onto that? Big Red King is watching right now.
Hey,
hi,
Big
how you
Red
doing?
King.
He was the first one on.
Nice.
Thanks for watching. We also have Adam as well.
Adam!
So
we should have had Adam come and produce the show. Maybe he was busy.
I didn't ask him.
Oh, you should have thought to ask Adam to produce
I didn't even think.
Adam, next time. We
next
might be calling you.
Maybe. I don't know. He's always really busy, like right after work.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like us.
He has kids that are not as old as ours, so he has those parental responsibilities.
We may
and
be
stuff.
collaborating on something here pretty soon.
Well, you've already collaborated with his kiddo on the Vato Rangers.
But I haven't officially collaborated with him.
But I haven't collaborated with Adam, so that would be really cool. Y'all driving around San Antonio showing stuff. But yeah, so May the 4th, I don't know, I guess I always took it for granted that people knew what it was. And when I would wear my Jedi outfit to my other school that was Title I, I knew that a lot of them weren't into the geek culture.
But this was never a thing till the prequels came out.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember it being a thing when we were kids or something.
No, it was never a thing that I remember.
Not that I remember.
Maybe if you heard something that it was something like that, but I don't remember it ever being like that.
No, I think it's something that's still fairly recent. I mean, within the last 10 years maybe or so. But I do remember it being something that we dressed up with the kids to do. So
yeah. You know what? I never get to sit on these chairs. We just got them.
You're going to kind of sit back and relax.
Sit back and chill out.
You kind of pushed yours back already kind of far. You're going to be into the collectibles. So yeah, you might want to scoot up a little.
I'm there.
You still look good. You're still on camera.
So yeah, these are comfortable. So
these are pretty comfortable. I lean back a lot so you can see a lot of my long hair. I'm going to just cover up. I have problems looking at the screen. I'm going to try not to do that.
We actually should probably move it a bit more this way.
I hate it that way because all we see is like the 3D printer and all this stuff.
But I'm like cut off.
That way. Oh, well come move over here. Move closer to me. Move a little closer, baby.
See,
there.
I'm still cut off.
You're okay.
It looks weird.
You think it looks weird?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wanted to get Vader in. See, it's Vader.
Yeah, we saw him. We're good.
You want me to change the camera? Is it going to bother you?
Yeah, it's going to bother me the entire time. It really is going to bother me.
Okay. Well,
so
I guess we're doing camera
stick your leg way out and
middle.
just like push it.
I mean, I do have really long legs, so
like
let's see how that works. Okay,
just like
so
an inch.
I'm still on the camera, and now I'm gonna be moving the camera, and we'll see how that works. How did that work? Are you in the frame now? Look at the frame. Don't look at the camera. Look at the frame.
I can't see because I'm. I think that's better.
More?
Maybe a little more.
I just hate seeing.
All right, stop there. All right, move back.
Okay, I hate seeing all the junk on the. Not that it's junk; it's more collectibles, but still,
I
don't have it as organized as I would like for it to be. Okay, is that better? Do you like that? Are you looking at that? Does that look good? You still don't like it?
That's good.
Okay. All right. Now we're fixed. So this is a really weird night for us.
Adam says live TV is great. Oh, well.
Isn't live awesome?
Yes,
so,
it's really cool.
A couple of conundrums that we've had with tonight's show. We were supposed to have a producer, which we don't.
No.
And then our backup producers couldn't come. So that's okay.
All of them.
Well, I know, like all of them, because we have several. So that's okay. Then, second fail is we were supposed to have a guest tonight, a really awesome guest, Jason Davis from Nerd 411, and he was going to come and talk to us because he did a life-size R2-D2 build, and he does a lot of other things in the geek community. Well, he's also a hockey player, so he was at hockey practice today and seriously injured his shoulder. And was at the med clinic and everything. So, bless his heart, he messaged me.
I hear that about the shoulder. I have the shoulder issues too.
He messaged me at 4:45 and he's like, please don't kill me. Because he knows how it is to have a show. Because he used to do a podcast. I don't know if he's still doing the podcast.
The Nerd 411? I think he is.
Yeah. So he knows what it's like to try to get guests on the show, and especially when you're not like a big name show or stuff. So he was like, please don't kill me. And I was like, you're already injured. So what else?
Well, he's a good friend. He's been a friend of ours for years.
Yeah, and he's great.
And we've been on Nerd 411 before, and it was really cool. And I actually switch into my radio voice when I'm just doing podcast stuff, which is really weird.
That is really weird.
Did you notice that?
No, now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it and see what your radio voice is.
My radio voice is deeper.
Your radio voice is deeper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I start talking like this and...
It's Vince on the radio.
How's it going? Yeah. So we also have Gaming Monster watching us. It says, hello, Gaming Monster.
Hey, Gaming Monster. These are probably a bunch of my students who, bless their hearts, were supposed to watch the show so that they could see our guest talking about the R2-D2 build, and he's not here.
And he didn't get to make it.
But he totally messaged me and told me that he wants to be on, and he still wants to be on. He's been wanting to be on. We've just always busy.
We've had him on before.
Long time
ago. Years ago.
So he wants to be on, though, to talk about the R2 build and to give some people some information about that and how they might go about it if they want to do that. So we're going to reschedule. So as soon as we reschedule, we'll let everybody know. So instead of that...
I want a life-size BB-8.
Really? Why?
I like BB-8.
Why BB-8 better than R2?
I like BB-8.
Because I like R2 better. I like R2 better because... Like,
but you like the dynamic between R2 and C-3PO.
I do like the dynamic between R2 and 3PO, so they do play off of each other.
But BB-8 has his own dynamic with just himself.
I mean, he's fun, right? He's fun, and he has his quirks and his funny things. And a lot of the times, 3PO and R2 and BB-8 are the comic relief in the Star Wars movies. But there's something about R2's attitude where BB-8 has a little bit of that attitude, right? Mm-hmm. But R2 has so much attitude. He's just all attitude. He knows everything about everything. And we get a lot of that through 3PO. Mm-hmm. So I think you're right. It's a lot of that dynamic. But also R2 saves their behinds a lot of times. You know, he's the one there interfacing with the different ships and everything. And, you know, they're being crushed. And he saves them. And he's in the...
but so does BB-8.
I know. I don't know. I like R2 better. I just do. I like R2.
I don't dislike BB-8. I like the idea of that droid because I didn't get how that would work. When I first saw the preliminary of what BB-8 was going to be, I didn't see that working as a droid. I was like, well, it's a ball.
Oh no, it's like it's a cool concept, but
I think I thought it was a really cool concept, and that's why I was like, yeah, I'm really into that little guy. Yeah, and it's something that they actually made. It is a...
Right, it's not a person in a suit.
No, it's not a person in a suit. It's an actual...
Well, but we've come a long way from the time of when the first movies were made in the 70s to where we are in 2018.
Even R2 isn't
a person anymore. That's what I mean. We've come a long way in our own robotics that this is something that we can build. So...
Adam says, got to go with Colleen on the R2. I'm not saying I don't like R2.
But he's better. He's just better. I'm not saying I don't like BB-8.
I'm just saying I like BB-8.
Better. R2's better.
But from what
R2's whole head turns around. It's half a sphere.
But from what we've been seeing in these new movies, it's more BB-8 than R2.
Well, but it's more BB-8 than R2 because the whole premise of these new movies is it's the end of the old regime and we're passing the torch on to the newest generation.
Yeah. Black and Silver Diamond says, I like BB-2. BB-2 better. Which one's BB-2?
BB-8, he means. BB-8.
BB-8 better.
Also, yeah. We don't see R2 and 3PO as much. We see it some because they're trying to get us to make that emotional connection to those characters of our past. But again, these new movies are the passing of the torch. If they want to keep the franchise alive, they've got to find some way. But I don't know that they have found a way because there's so many kids nowadays that just hate Star Wars. Really, really don't get it. And I don't know what the disconnect is for them. Aside from some of it I know is because, and maybe some of the kids that are watching can tell me or give us some comments on why it is that you hate Star Wars so much and why it bores you to death. They're always telling me how boring it is. And to me, I don't get it. I mean, maybe because I'm fascinated in space and I can imagine, like, it just blows my mind that this is a possibility, right? That out there in another galaxy, and I realize this is like long, long ago and far, far away, but in other galaxies, there's potential, like other races and other life and these other wars and things going on simultaneously when our lives are going on. And then there's the love stories that are potentially happening. There's the dark side and the light side. There's this force that you get to feel, that you manipulate. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to use the force so badly. And nowadays, and as an adult, I'd love to force choke people, which I think would be awesome. But like when I was a kid, I wanted to like move rocks and, like be like...
And now I just want to get the towel over to my...
You're like, I've taken a shower and I need my towel. Come hither.
Come here.
You want to use the force for all kinds of, like, hashtag old people force uses, right? Like geriatric force uses.
I'm there and then Colleen, like, gets it and hands it to me.
Yeah,
I knew I could do it.
That's how you get the remote. And then I hand it to him and he's like, yes, the force is strong with me. Yes, the force is strong with you, honey. Like, what am I supposed to say? Go with it. Go with it. I mean, I think the force would be cool too. Like open the fridge and like bring myself a soda or something. I feel like I would be super fat maybe if I had the force. Because then I would be using it all the time to move ridiculous stuff that I wouldn't need to move.
Gaming Monster says, how can you hate Star Wars?
See, I agree with Gaming Monster. I don't.
It is a classic. Heck, it was a thing before it was a thing. And I like it. And that's from Gaming Monster.
Good. Okay, well, good. So some of the generation, so that gives me hope that then this franchise will move forward. Because if it was me...
And Black and Silver Diamond says, I love Spaceballs as well.
Well...
I'm a big spoof fan. Yeah. But, I mean, that was another thing that came from Star Wars. It was the spoof of the Star Wars, which is Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
Which is really funny, but not appropriate for children. No. You can't watch that. Don't watch that. But it's really funny. When you're older, watch it, because it's hilarious. But
they've probably seen worse.
Maybe.
Than that. Than Spaceballs. Yeah.
No, Spaceballs is pretty bad. There's some moments.
Not a lot of cussing in there, if any.
No, it's a lot of the adult innuendos. Yeah.
Not necessarily they'll be picked up by kids.
You'd be surprised. Kids are pretty savvy. They see a lot nowadays on YouTube and everything. So.
Except for like maybe the Schwartz ring.
Yeah. I think one of the things, though, that this generation has the benefit of seeing we were talking about it some today, is a lot of the choreography and getting to see how these people learn how to use the sabers, what tricks kind of go into it, what's green screen and what's not. We talked about the porgs. I didn't even know about the porgs really being like the puffins or whatever until you told me about that. Because one of the kids was carrying a porg around today, and then we were like, let's cook it and eat it.
But yeah, on that island, there was a lot of puffins there. So to mask those out, they created...
Right, they couldn't get rid of them off of the island, and so they just created CGI to put over the top of them. So it's interesting to think about these different things that they go through in order to make the movie. And back when we were young, you wouldn't even know about any of that kind of stuff until the director's cut of the movie came out and you saw all the extended stuff and you were there for like 6 hours watching the VHS tape or whatever. But nowadays you have like old people problems. But
Pesman 29 says, Hola.
Hola. ¿Qué pasó?
How's it going?
Is it Juanito?
Black and Silver Diamond says they should reboot the prequels.
No. I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Black and Silver Diamond. I think not reboot the prequels.
No.
Mm-mm.
But a lot of people hated those prequels. I didn't hate them.
I didn't hate them. No. People didn't like Jar Jar, and Jar Jar I think was a misstep, right? But he was comic relief, and we have that in all the movies. We have different comic relief in all the movies. Jar Jar was ridiculous. You just got to kind of get past him, and he's a stupid character, get past him. But the story, the whole midichlorian thing, people hated that part too. And that was a little like, okay. Just do what I do. Just ignore some of the parts of the story that you don't like and pretend like they never happened. And then the rest of it's pretty good.
I just never understood why they went in that direction with the midichlorians.
I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah, it was a misstep. There are missteps, right? Movies have them. But I think you have to see that. You have to see Anakin. You have to see those fears that he has and how he comes into this relationship with the Jedi and what he kind of already is as a person before he even goes into his training. I think you have to see all of that journey to know where he gets to at the end. You have to see these feelings that he has for his mother, this connection. Because from what I understand in the novels, when he goes to try to save her, the novel is extremely graphic about what he does to the Sand People when he finds her and what he does to their entire village. And so it starts to give you that kind of tipping point of him going to the dark side because you see that he can't control that temper, that he has those problems. And he kind of always did. He was angry as a little kid. And he mentions
it a little bit.
In the movie, he does.
Because he says that I killed all of them, not just the men, the women and the children too.
Yeah, they do tell us about that a little bit in the movie. So,
and that just gives you kind of a foreshadowing what he's going to do later with the younglings.
And then you broke my heart with the younglings. So aside from Star Wars, the movies, there's Star Wars cartoons, right? So there's the Clone Wars cartoon. And we're watching the Clone Wars, and I'm super into the Clone Wars. And then we get to where the younglings, and they're getting their crystals and everything. And then
the kyber crystals.
Yeah, their kyber crystal for their sabers. And what was it you told me? You said something.
Oh, that's sad because they're going to be...
Yeah, that's sad because they're all going to be dead or something. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And you're like, well, they're the younglings that Anakin kills. And I'm like, what? The cute little cartoon babies. Like, I was totally upset. I cried, like, literally cried about these cartoon babies that I just realized that Anakin's going to kill them all. Like, he kills them. It's terrible. But I like that they picked that up in the newer movies. And my brain just went dead. But when they talk about Kylo killing all the kids that are there with Luke, where he kills it, so we're making those connections. So we're still seeing some of the errors of the past being repeated here in where we are in the present time in the Star Wars universe. So then it leads us to, where do we go from here? Are we going to keep repeating these patterns? What happens from here? I hope that this generation likes the movies enough that they decide to go. I would keep going. I'm just one of those people. Show me new characters. I'm like that in the Harry Potter universe. I'm like that in Star Wars. I'll keep going. Show me new characters. Keep developing the story. Show me forward. Show me backwards.
Had a real problem with Finn. When they first showed everything, it showed Finn as the main protagonist. Mm-hmm. And people flipped out.
Why?
Because he was black.
What does that have to do with anything? So was Lando.
Yeah, but he's like the main character. They didn't want him to be. They wanted some...
Because there's no black people in space?
Yeah, I didn't get it. They went crazy because it was a black man, and it was like, okay.
So there's probably... It's very unlikely that there's humanoids in space anyways, but... Like, what? I don't know. People prescribe...
And then they shift it and they make it a girl.
Oh, well, I'm sure that enraged people too. Heaven forbid, like, females do anything. You know, if they're not dressed up like Slave Leia, then nobody wants to see them. Heaven forbid they have some kind of strength of character or become the main protagonists of anything.
Pezman29, they should make a Jar Jar Binks spinoff where he gets killed.
Aw, Jar Jar. Why do people hate him so much? He's so funny.
And they were saying at the beginning of the first, what was the first one?
Like A New Hope or
no, the episode 7.
7? I don't remember. That's what I was trying to say the names of the episodes earlier, and it all my brain went blanky town. It's not The Last Jedi. It's not. It's oh, jeez, I can't think.
Adam will get it.
Yeah, Adam, tell us what it is, because now I can't remember. But anyways, what were they saying about Jar Jar?
Well, that you could see his skull somewhere in there. That J.J. Abrams put his skull in there.
Really? Aww. Well, and
But I never saw it, so...
I heard some super evil, and sometimes I think people have too much time on their hands to, like, overanalyze things. Mm-hmm. But I saw some super evil theories about Jar Jar being like a way for them to put racism into the movies, and that it was making fun of like the dialect of New Orleans, and like how he would say Misa Day and stuff like that, and that his lips were big, and they were making fun of like African American people. I never got that when I saw the movies.
No,
like,
I never got that.
I feel like sometimes I'm not watching the same thing that other people are watching because I don't get these references. But then you have that side of the coin where supposedly Jar Jar is like racism in Star Wars. And then you get the other side of the coin where if you have an African-American character like Finn, then everybody is up in arms about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I just feel like you can't please everybody, and you definitely don't need to worry about pleasing people who care whether the main character is female or African-American. I think all of those people should just shut up and stop going to the movies anyway.
And Black and Silver Diamond says, because people love to get offended.
They do. That's totally true. I don't love to be offended. I just like to think. So I wanted to tell the audience a couple of things, because some of them are actually going to start pretty soon. So I wanted to go over these really quickly, and I have them on my phone, so forgive me because I'm old and I can't remember everything anymore. The Express News talked about 8 places that are having Star Wars May the 4th, either activities or you can get some kind of free food or something. So I wanted to let everybody know about those just in case you don't read the Express News or don't check. So there's a place called Big Hops on Bitters, and they actually have something called Hop Solo Pale Ale from No Label Brewing, which uses Falconer hops.
Nice.
Nice, right? So it's like the Millennium Falcon, Falconer hops. So they named it Hop Solo. And they're going to have a Millennium Falconer commemorative glass if you purchase this pale ale.
Oh,
so that you can get that. So that's going on today. It's actually going on at all of their locations. So there's one at Bitters, there's one on Shanefield, and there's one on Heebner, it looks like. So that's Big Hops. The next thing that's already over actually was the Central Library. They had crafts and demonstrations. The Central Library always does great stuff for events. This one's over. Chick-fil-A was giving away free fries if you came in your Star Wars gear from 3 to 5. This one is the Embassy Suites at Brook City Base. They are serving $2 tacos in honor of May the 4th. I don't know how that has any. Maybe $4 tacos? I don't know. $2 tacos and something called Frosis. Again, I don't know, for May the 4th. I think whoever did this promotion doesn't understand Star Wars at all. But I guess they tried.
Or maybe they're doing it for tomorrow because tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo.
And it says for May the 4th, if you wear your Star Wars gear, that's what they're giving you, $2 tacos and these Frosis.
But
I don't know.
They're just rolling it into Cinco de Mayo.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's a place called Mellow Mushroom on 1604. I've never heard of it. They are going to actually have from 6 to 9, so that started a little while ago, but it's going on till 9, a Star Wars party with trivia, a costume contest, and they're tapping Bell Brewery's Mango Habanero Oberon instead of Obi-Wan. Oberon. There is a bake shop, Panifico Bake Shop, that's offering May the 4th Galaxy Donuts for $15 a dozen. And then Ranger Creek Brewing is doing a Star Wars themed pizza night in conjunction with Vero Wood-Fired Pizza. They're going to have a light side and a dark side pizza. Oh, nice. That sounds cute. And some craft beer and some other stuff. You do have to be 21 or older, but if you're dressed in there...
They're going to have habanero on the dark side. No, yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen what they have on it.
If you dress up in a Star Wars costume, which we totally have, we could get a beer for free. And that's going on until 9. And then this is the last one that I wanted everybody to know about, and I wanted to let y'all know because there's only an hour until this happens. If you get out to Texas A&M University San Antonio at One University Way, they are actually showing The Last Jedi on their east lawn on a big screen. So you can sit out on the lawn and watch it, although the rain may be problematic tonight. But that's from 8:30 to 11:30.
They've actually been showing on TBS.
Yeah, you could sit at
marathon
your home.
Star Wars.
Or if you really liked it, like we really like it, you probably have all the movies anyway, and you can just watch whichever one you want on, Blu-ray or DVD. The other thing I wanted to let people know about that people may not know that we have here in San Antonio, because one of the reasons that I'm fascinated by the movies is because space, right? Mm-hmm. Are you fascinated by space?
I like space.
You like space?
I was always big into astronomy.
So we actually have a planetarium here.
I know.
In San Antonio, the Scobie Planetarium.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Do you know where it's at?
Yep.
Where's
it's at
SAC. It's at SAC. So did you know that on Fridays people can get in? It's not just for school trips and stuff.
I did, because I used to go all the time.
So on Friday nights people can actually go. So they're doing something cute.
It's finally, because it was closed for a while.
It was. So it's open back up, and it's open to the public on Friday nights. So they're doing something cute, something that sounds cute. It's called Attack of the Space Pirates. That show starts at 6:30, so you've missed it this week, but they're showing it every Friday in May. And that one is all ages, no age restrictions. Then at 7:30, they're doing Sky Tonight Live, which talks about the night sky over kind of Texas and where we are. You have to be 6 years or older to attend that. And then at 9 o'clock, so you could still hit this one tonight. They're doing a double feature called Dynamic Earth and From the Earth to the Universe.
Cool.
Yeah, so that sounds cool. So tickets are $5 for adults and $4 for kids 4 to 17, or if you have a military ID.
And the cool thing when you go there, at the end of the whatever show that they're doing, the planetarium, if it's a clear night, they let you look through their telescope.
Yeah, which is really
cool.
Really cool. So that might be something when it clears up a little, because obviously when it's cloudy like this, it's not as easy to do. But it's definitely something here in San Antonio that you can go and do if you're interested in space. In a couple of weeks, they're also going to have one of the astronauts out to do speeches, and they have that often. So just check. It's called the Scobie Planetarium, and it's here in San Antonio.
At SAC.
At SAC.
Which Black and Silver Diamond goes to.
Nice.
He says, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's a good school.
It's a good school.
It's a good school. It's a good place to get started. Get your basics out of the way. Get your associate's degree. So one of the other things we were going to talk about is like our sabers and our costuming, because we just have on our t-shirts right now. I was kind of like hot and overwhelmed. I've been wearing my costume all day and it gets kind of heavy. So we were going to talk to, and my students have all heard me talk about the different pieces, but we were going to talk to the rest of the audience about the different pieces that we did. Oh, and I should have brought those pictures that show us in costume, but we'll put some pictures up on our Facebook and you can see what we look like in the actual costume. So the first layer of the costume we have is this layer. And it is, what is it, Vincent?
It's a gi.
It is. It's a karate gi.
Oh, hey, Retro Crunch. Hey, guys. Hey, he says, may the 4th be with you.
And also with you. No, may the 4th be with you.
He says, well, may the 4th be with, well, you know.
You know. So this is a karate gi. Yeah. I only use the top part. Vincent actually uses both parts for his costume. And it did not come this color. They come white.
Yeah.
And you got them just on Amazon, right?
Yeah, just got on Amazon.
Okay. What we did was we went and got the RIT dye, and we tried a couple of different colors before we kind of got the color that we wanted to. If you don't dry it, you can wash it and kind of wash it out and fade it out and add other colors and get to it. So we actually did kind of like a medium dark and a light, and it kind of gave us the color that we wanted. You can pick whatever color. Our costumes are not sanctioned. They're not the type that you would use if you were going to be part of the 501st or anything. They have specific rules because they want you to be true to, I don't know if it's true to the movies or just true to the universe itself, but I know that they have rules. I've never tried to be part of their organization, but they do have rules. So the way we're telling you to make the costume is not sanctioned. It's just, we imagined ourselves to be Jedi because we're that kind of geek. And we think that we're Jedi. And so we wanted to be the Jedi that we were. So we made our own costumes.
We're our own Jedi.
We're our own Jedi. So you can get a karate gi, so start with that base. Then as a female, what I do instead of using the bottom is I just use brown leggings. I got them at Walmart. They were like $3.88. So that's the base of the costume. Then you need this, which it goes around your waist, and it's what your belt goes over the top of. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm looking at myself again.
It's a lot of pieces.
Yeah. So you need this, and I didn't bring all of Vincent's pieces, but there are a lot of pieces to his because you have to come over and do that.
Yeah.
And then this is my cloak. And again, I didn't bring Vincent's because I just have mine because I wore mine today, and Vincent didn't have the opportunity to wear his today. But here's the cloak. You can see it has the back. I went full on with this and did all of the pieces that came with the pattern. We sewed this with the help of Lene, our friend who's from Master Photography. So it has a lot of length. As you can see, it's really long. It's really great. I'm pretty tall, and this still comes down, and the hood is really great. So what we did for this was we got this pattern, and we bought this at either Joann Fabrics or was it Joann Fabrics or was it Hobby Lobby?
I think it was Joann Fabrics.
I think it was Joann Fabrics. So, and this you can find pretty much anywhere. Simplicity is a pretty common pattern, and it's a costume pattern, and it's more for a wizard. But you can see, I don't know if you can see this. I kind of have it weird, but see, we could have made our own Jedi, more of the components, but we bought them because the sewing is kind of hard. Sewing the cloaks in and of itself was really hard. But as you can see, this one costume, and it's for teens and adults, it had all the patterns that we needed. It actually, we were able to make the drape over for Vincent for his costume because I don't use it on mine. But that's right here. And it shows all of this. So if you buy this one pattern, it's the whole costume. And then you just buy the different fabrics at Joann or Hobby Lobby. Again, I think we were at Joann or... No, what was the other place that went out of business? Hancock Fabrics. Did they go out of business? I think they did. We were at Hancock Fabrics. And we found the fabrics on sale that we liked. And they were unique. So then we used that. Now, you actually bought a pretty expensive belt.
I did.
From a company, right, that does Jedi. What was the name of that company?
Do you
remember? It's been a long
time. Jedi Hampton Outfitters, I think.
Jedi Hampton. And you give them measurements and everything, and they kind of fix the belt for you. Yeah. And his is pretty much a big deal. Mine is not that big of a deal because I just happened to find this. There is what is the name of that store? Earthbound Trading. Earthbound. And they used to have them at South Park and North Star, and I think they still have one at South Park. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they do have one.
They have one at the outlet mall too, but I just found this belt, and I use this belt for my Jedi outfit. And I liked this belt. I liked the way it looked, and it's stretchy for me since I'm a little chunky monkey. And then you and I both have sabers from Ultra Saber.
So yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to go all the way.
Yes. And mine is really starting to be a little worn for wear. I tend to be a little more dramatic with mine, and I will fight more than Vincent will. Vincent likes to keep his stuff nice, and I like to play with my stuff because I'm a big child. I don't know if you can hear.
Yeah.
Well, Agent Carter! Agent Carter down! So these have really good soundboards in them and really good lights. They're not cheap though. So this is an investment that you have to make if this is something that you want. And then they don't come with this, but where did you get this?
Amazon.
Okay. Vincent got these for us on Amazon, so I don't know if you can see these. They're a little clip, so for me and for him, really, they clip onto our belts.
Well, with mine, I have a
Oh, that's right. You 3D printed that, right?
No.
The thing that it pops into? No?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's another thing that's not actually released yet.
Oh, y'all are
working. But yeah, no, you can get like a CoverTech holder, which is used for like little wheels that you put on the back of your cell phones.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then it'll fit right there in that CoverTech holder.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still using the clip. I didn't realize you were not using the clip anymore. So, I
never used the clip.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
That was just for me.
Yeah.
The clip works for me because I got the junior. You can see the difference in the blade size if you pick up his. So Vincent's is an adult blade. Mine is not. So mine is
lower.
Oh, can people not see it? Oh, you still can't see it. You still can't see it. Okay. Anyway,
Mine's
Vincent's is
really
an adult.
tall.
Vincent's is really tall. Vincent's is an adult. Mine is a child. I like mine because I have monkey arms and I will hurt people with something that size, number one. Number two, I like the child size because I can just put it on my hip with this clippy thing and it doesn't drag. I'm not dragging it. It's right off the ground, but it is off the ground. So I actually enjoyed this. I went back and forth, and you finally helped me decide that this was probably the better size for me to use.
I actually got a mod for you for this part right here with the D-ring.
Uh-huh.
Because you didn't originally have that on there.
Didn't have any of that on there. So he took care of all that for me. I don't know. He does all these nice things for me, and I just use them. And then
he's like, oh, okay, thanks. What do I need it for?
And what did we... Oh, as far as footwear goes, we actually got our boots from this boot town or something that was going out of business for like 15 years here in San Antonio, and then finally actually did go out of business.
Yeah.
Because we were going to help some friends get some boots for their outfits, and it was gone. So they're boots. They're just knee-high. Yeah. We were lucky and found ours. I know a lot of people have told us that they've spent like in the $400, $300, $400 range for their boots. We were lucky and got ours for like $100. So it wasn't as bad as what some people have had to do their costuming. But that's normally what Vincent and I do for costuming. We are more on the Jedi side. I'm not opposed to the dark side as much. You prefer the light side much more than I do.
Although I have a lot of Darth Vader stuff too.
You do.
But I like Darth Vader.
But there's something about Darth Vader, right? There's just something about...
He's just the ultimate.
He is. He is the ultimate. It's just that quiet respect of fear.
Yeah.
It's like I respect you because you're going to kill me.
I really fear you.
Oh, goodness. We only have a couple of more minutes. Okay.
Yes. Let's do it. So we're doing a giveaway of this right back between us.
And why? Why are we doing a giveaway? Well, when are we doing a giveaway? Because people have to wait because we're not there yet.
Yeah. So we want to make it to 500.
Yeah. So when we get to 500 subscribers, we are going to do a random name generator, and we're going to pick a subscriber, and we're going to give this away. So it is the BB-8 basket. There is a Star Wars Pop puzzle in it. There is a Darth Vader Pez dispenser in it. We tried to get from like all the different Star Wars movies. There is Captain Cassian Andor in it from Rogue One, which I don't talk about that movie as much because that's more of a war movie in my opinion. But anyway, here is a Star Wars tumbler, and you can put snacks in the top of the tumbler. So you can have your snacks and your drinkage.
Snackage.
And take your Star Wars on the go. And there is a Finn bobblehead. Oh, he doesn't bobble because he's in plastic. Yeah. I'm a dork. And here's some Clone Wars playing cards. And then there is a ribbon for you that says Master Jedi. Jedi Master. I think Master Jedi because of the robots. But there. That's all of that stuff. We're going to give that stuff away to somebody. All the coolness. All we have to do is get 17 more subscribers. 17 more. So what can you do to help us? What can they do?
Well, you can tell people, share out our channel, and have them subscribe to us.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So you'll have a chance to do that.
Yep.
So send it through all the social media you have and tell all the people that you know to subscribe to Geek Out SA.
Subscribe to Geek Out SA. That's right.
Do it today.
And if we see you on social media and you're tagging Geek Out SA on social media and you're sharing it, we'll add your name a second time into the random name generator. So if you do it again, we'll add your name a second time so you get more chances to win. Okay? Mm-hmm. So get us to 500 subscribers. 500. We only need 17 more. And then we're going to give away.
And if you do it by hashtagging Geek Out SA, it'll help us track you, and we'll add your name to it. So
I love it.
Make it happen.
Oh yeah. You can hit us up on Twitter too. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, but I don't use it very much. I only use it when we go to cons, and sometimes I forget because we're busy at cons. Mm-hmm. We haven't been on Twitch as much either, unfortunately, just because we've been busy. And we're on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And we're on Fanboy TV. And we're on the magic interwebs.
We're on Twitch, but we don't really get on anymore.
Yeah, no, we don't get on anymore. And then Vincent and I, real quick, before we leave, we're coming up with a new series of videos, and I'm going to get back on track with the book talks. We've had some things going on. Yeah. I'm trying to get back on track and actually read some books. As soon as I'm done with physics, I'll actually have a life again. But we're going to try
I'm just waiting till August.
A new series of videos where we give you some real-time movie reviews of how we actually thought right after the movie.
It's called Mobile Movie Reviews.
Mobile Movie Reviews. So keep an eye out for those.
So thanks for checking this out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen.
Geek Out SA. And
he's got to be the producer.
I got to be the producer, so I got to do the...
And get you out to the outro so we can go to Whataburger.
I want to go to Whataburger. That's what it's all about. But thanks for checking us out. See ya.